This conference will now be recorded.
So we started working on the system, right? On the last session. We started with reporting, like the story building concept. And I created like few KPIs, like few numeric pointer chats and a couple of normal widgets like a bullet chat and a basic column chat, right? We started with reporting, the story building part. So let's continue with story building part. So the next 6 to 7 sessions, I'll be going with kind of story building concepts only. Okay. So in today's session, on day 5, okay. So I'll go with layered bars, input controls, etc. So let me just go with these things. I don't want the titles for each and every lane. So here I go insert a new chat. So guys, you all able to find that a best run use model, right? Which I used for the building.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, how can we see the raw data for that model?
You have a data preview there. You can check. See, right now I didn't do any modeling, man. Don't worry about the model right now.
That existing model use a best and use
I
model.
understand, right? I didn't go with the modeling, right, so far. I didn't start with modeling. I didn't do any model. So don't worry about the data model. Just use whatever I'm using. So I just go with C here. Now I'm going with a new chat. Like I take it as bar or column chat with vertical orientation. It will become a column chat. So if you have multi measures, like if you have multiple measures in a widget, so how do you align them? So here, imagine I have like 3 measures like discount, gross margin, and gross sales. I use this palette. Default palette, I'm changing it up to this. So discount, I'm fine with this. Yeah, gross margin also I go with green. So I given the same 3 colors here. And now here I go with location dimension. If you have multiple measures in your reporting in a widget, so how do you align them? So let me go to the styling of this widget. Let me add all the borders here, right? Okay. All right. So I just maintain my own header. If you have multiple measures in a chart, guys, you can actually make use of something like layered bars. Like here you go for better reporting, better visualization. What you do is here you see gross sales, gross margin. Here you see there is an option called show as. In the show as, you see an option of layered bars. So now I'm making it as layered bars. So first, what I do, gross sales, I'll pick this, and I make this gross sales in the layered bar as a front. The gross sales will be on the front, and remaining all like your discount and gross margin will be in the back. Now you see here, if I go to the gross margin, it is already a part of layered bar. It's in back. Even discount is also same. So discount, instead of going to the back, I take it as a triangle. I pick the option of triangle here. So it will be just like an indicator. You see here, there is an indicator here. Discount will be present as an indicator. It is much better now. So now you see, if you have multiple measures, and you want to like collate all of them and show it in one widget. So we make use of these layered bars. Okay, so one measure on the top, one measure on the bottoms, and other can be like an indicator. Okay, so and also guys, where we again use this triangles, which means like for suppose you have the overall sales guys, and how much percent of your sales is going into profit. You want to compare, cross compare both. You can take both measures, sales and profit, make sales as a layered bar front and make your profit as a triangle. Triangle means it will go as an indicator. You see, out of this much gross sales 723, so this much is going in the discounts itself. Remaining were getting converted into your net sales. Okay, right? Gross sales, sorry, discount negated from gross sales will give you the discount, right? Sorry, discount negated from gross sales will give you the net sales, right? So this is your net sales. You just select both. Hmm. So you see it as an indicator, right? So we can make use of this layered bars for better representation of multiple measures in a widget. All right, so now I'll go with creating few input controls. Okay, guys, let me create some input controls. So some input controls which acts as page or group widget filters. See guys, generally we have like 5 types of input controls. Few input controls, generally which filters your data on widget level or at page level. Okay, so they are like dynamic filters. Input controls can be used as a dynamic filters where end users can actually filter the data on different widgets. Okay, so we have some input controls which acts as a page or widget level filter, and there are some input controls which acts as story filters. Okay, means if you filter out, for suppose you have a product story filter on product dimension. If you exclude one product, so that product will be excluded from all the widgets in the story. Okay, it will impact all the widgets on the story. And there are few input controls like calculation input control, which is majorly used in the calculations. Like when I created some calculated measures, I'll clearly show how calculation input controls work. It impacts your calculated measures or restricted measures. And then we got some input controls like measure input controls and dimension input controls. So measure and dimension input controls, guys, we can dynamically change the measure in a widget using this measure input control. Here, guys, if you see here, I have this widget like gross margin by product, right? So you can have a measure input control on this widget. Right now it is showing gross margin, where user can select other measures. If user select gross sales, it will show gross sales by product. If user select discount, discount will be shown on this widget. It means we can dynamically change the measures in the widget using measure input control. Same dimension. If you go with the dimension input control, you can dynamically change all the dimensions. Like here you're seeing right gross margin by product. If you create a dimension input control on this widget, and where you have product location, sales manager, etc. If you select location, it will show the gross margin by location. If you select sales manager, it will show gross margin by sales manager. So we can change the measures and dimensions in your widgets using this measure and dimension input controls. Right, 5 types, guys. So far, I'll be creating all the 5 types of input controls in my in this story building concepts. I'll be creating everything, but as of now, I'll start with input controls which acts as page level filters or widget level filters first. Then when I move on to the calculations, I'll create calculation input control. Then when we go for dynamic measures and dimensions, I'll create dimension measure input control. At the end, I'll create story level filters also. Okay, I'll be creating everything. So as of now, I start with an input control which acts as page or a group widget filter. You know, so here I just go to this lane, go to file, sorry, so insert. So far I inserted only the chats. Now I'm inserting an input control. In this lane, I insert an input control. Input control can be on a dimension or a measure. It's mostly on a dimension. We do the filtering on dimension. So I go to the dimensions. Yes.
Hello, Satya.
Yes. Yeah. Hello. Okay. So I'm creating it on a dimension. You see there are 4 product categories here, like alcohol, carbonated drinks, juices, and others. You can select your own. Okay. So I select alcohol, carbonated drinks, and juices. I'm creating an input control on product dimension. Okay. We're creating now an input control on product dimension. So where I selected alcohol, carbonated drinks, and juices. Okay. And here there is an option, allow viewers to modify selections. If you pick this option, it will become a dynamic filter, means end users in the view mode can actually filter, play with the filters. Okay, if you select this option, if you don't select this option, it will become a static filter. So no user can actually change, no user can actually change the any selection in this filter, in this input control. Okay, so I'm making it as dynamic as of now. So most of the input controls are dynamic in nature. So I'm creating it as a dynamic filter. The end users can actually change the values in the view modes. I say okay. So I can expand this up. I go to this input control. Let's add all borders with 1 pixel. Added some borders also for this input control. Okay, so guys, now we created an input control on product dimension where we select alcohol, carbonated drinks, and juices. So if I go to this input control, okay, and I go to the linked analysis, I go to more actions. Here you see more actions. Go to linked analysis of this input control. Here it shows so what widgets are getting impacted by this input control. The interactions apply to. So it is right now impacting all the widgets on the page. Okay, so right now it impacts all the widgets on the page. If any user comment changes any selection, it will impact all the widgets. They apply. So here I just go save this story. Guys, please mute yourself if you're not speaking. Right. So here you see, this is edit mode, guys, means developer mode. If I go to the view mode, this is like end user mode. If I switch on to the view mode, so now you see this story in view mode. If I go here now, if I remove alcohol, so now it shows this widget shows alcohol and carbonated drinks. Here it shows all the values, but values got changed. If you see here, gross margin was earlier 233 million, guys. Now it is 199 million. Let me add alcohol. When I add all the 3 products, your gross margin is 233 million. Okay, discount is 301 million. Here you see California gross sales is 718 million. If I remove alcohol, you see the value decrease. It is now 584 million. It is now 199. Earlier it is 233 million. Earlier it is 301 million. Now it is 249. Right? You see all the change. That means all these widgets are getting impacted by this filter condition. And so business users or end users can actually play with the data. They can create their own filter conditions using these input controls, making use of these input controls. So yes, so I created an input control which acts as a page level filter. So it is impacting right now all the widgets on the page. If I go, let me insert another input control. So I'm creating this input control on location dimension. This time I'm creating it on location dimension, where I select all three locations, California, Nevada, and Oregon. Okay. So guys, product, I keep it as an expanded input control, whereas location, I'm keeping it as collapsed input control. Okay. Uh, so product input control, this is expanded, whereas location, it is collapsed. So you can have two ways, guys. You can have them in two ways. Okay, collapsed or expanded. And here, I don't want my location input control to impact uh, the overall KPI values. They should not be changed based on input controls. In that case, what I do, this location, by default, any input control you create, guys, is a story level filter. I go to linked analysis now. So right now it is impacting all the widgets on the page. Now I select only selected widgets. Okay, it should impact only selected widgets. And I'm not selecting these numeric pointer chats. I don't want my overall KPIs to be impacted by this. They apply. So if I click on this input control, collapse input control, it will open a pop-up like this. I remove Nevada. So then you see these widgets are showing only California, Oregon. So these three widgets are getting impacted. But if you see your overall, your numeric pointer chats are not getting impacted at all. No impact on these chats because it's not interacting with these widgets. Okay, that's how you see. So far I created a couple of input controls, one on product, another on location. Okay. Now let's create an input control on date. The most important part, time-based input controls. Okay. So how dynamic time filters work. Is clear so far? Input controls. Any questions, anyone? Hello.
No, no, Satya.
No,
Okay.
Satya.
All right. So okay, now I'll create another input control. So which acts as I create another input control now in this lane. I'm creating it on the top lane. I selected this lane and I created an input control. So here in this case, I create it on date dimension. When you create it on date dimension, guys, you have two options like filter by member or filter by range. If I say filter by member, you see all filters like I have the data for 2014, 2015, 2016, right? You can select 2015. If you select 2016, it will show data for 2016 like that. Okay. If I go with filter by range, I'll go with an option, filter by range. Okay. So this is your date hierarchy, guys. Default date hierarchy is year, half year, and month. You can change it. I change it to, these are the available date hierarchy options you have. I'll clearly speak about time dimension. Okay. In SAC, how it works. Okay. So I change the state hierarchy to year, quarter, and month. Time dimension, I'll speak during my data modeling sessions. Okay. So I create it as year, quarter, and month. The date hierarchy, right? So and you have got like two types of date ranges, guys. Like one is dynamic, guys. Another is fixed. Okay. So you go to fixed and you can pull 2015, 2016. So this date range will work for 2015 and 2016. See here, my data model has data for 3 years. It's a constant data model. We are not loading data on a continuous basis. It's fine. You can select a fixed one. But in a real scenarios, okay, so data is ever growing, guys, right? Okay, so means you always keep on getting the new data on a daily basis. into the SAC system, daily or monthly basis. You keep on loading the data into SAP Analytics Cloud from your business applications, right? So data is ever growing, and most of the dashboards, they want to see the last 6 months data, last 1 year data, or year to date informations. Some dashboards, they want to see year to date YTD informations. If there is some planning report, they want to see the next 6 months data at any given time. Okay, means the future 6 months data. Some kind of reports, they want to see last 6 months and the future 6 months, especially planning kind of dashboards where you have future data also available. So these are dynamic. These are like kind of a dynamic filters. Okay, so if you go for a dynamic, so if you choose the option of dynamic, you see here, you can pick your current date. My current date is my system date. So right now, my current date is system date. Okay, so this data model has date range at month. So this data model, the data granularity is month level granularity, guys. You don't have data at day level. Some data models will be updated monthly, and some data models will be updated daily, guys. Okay, so this model has data granularity, means date granularity at month. Okay, so you can only filter at month level. If your date granularity of this model is day, you can filter at day level also. So here I go, granularity of this. So you see here by default, it is putting it on 2024. I'll go at month. If I go at month, so my current period is March 2024. Okay, so guys, you want to pick the last 6 months data. For suppose I have a scenario to pick the last 6 months data. Okay, in this case, what I do, I say look back 5, including the current month. So it will give you 6 months data time window, like October to March 2020, October 2023 till March 2024. Okay, right? So guys, you want to see uh, okay, future 6 months data. Okay, starting from the current month, I go 5, look ahead 5. Okay, so this is how you see it if you're dealing with the future data. So, or if you want to see 1 year data, like previous, so I just go like this. It will pull data from October 2023 till September 25, means the last 6 months, including the current month and the next 6 months. Okay, so once your current period changes to April, so this time range will change from November 2023 till October 2024. So in May, it will be December to November, like that. So it will change, it will clearly change. Right, makes sense. So it based on the current period. And if your user wants to see the data for current month at any given point of time, so he just go, right, look back as 0, look ahead as 0. It will show only the current month data. If user wants to see current month and the previous month data, okay, when he execute the dashboard, so like this, look back one, look back and look ahead. This is how you can adjust. Same way, guys. So suppose now user wants to see the current period and current quarter and the previous quarter data at any given point of time. So in this case, you just pick your granularity as quarter. Pick your granularity as quarter. Okay. So in this case, you see the previous quarter Q4 2023 and current quarter Q1 2024 data. Simple. Okay. If it is planning, you want to see the current quarter and the next quarter, you can go like this, Q1 and Q2 of 2024. You can actually filter at month, quarter, and year level as of now. If you have the data at day level, you can filter at day level also. As of now, this data model has date granularity as month, so I'm filtering it month. Okay, here you have an option of current quarter. You want to see only the current quarter. This is the current quarter or current year. Okay, if you want to see YTD information, guys, if you want to see YTD year-to-date information, go for current year. It will pull the data. So this is your year-to-date information, right? If you want to see QTD data, current QTD, quarter till date data, you can make use of current quarter. Okay, current month like this. So guys, if you have, imagine there is a scenario. Okay, so if you're executing in month of March, so suppose imagine I'm dealing with the finance data, guys, finance profit and loss statement data. So finance P&L data is always updated to the analytics systems once the month end is completed. Once the month end closure happens, then only the data gets loaded. Means, so we are in March 2024. As of now, you don't see any data for March 2024 in the planning model or finance model because it's not yet updated. Month end closure is not yet done for March. Okay, so you see data only till February. So if you in the current, if the user comes with a question, so if I execute in March, I would like to see the data for last month. Okay, in this case, what you can do is here range type is standard as of now, right? Here you see an option called offset range. If you want to change your current period, guys, I'll make it as offset. Range type is offset. Offset granularity is month. So offset direction is either look back or look ahead. I say look back. Offset amount is 1. So now your current period will become February 2024. You see here, guys. So system period is March 2024, but I say take it as offset. Offset look back by 1 means -1. So current period -1. The current period will become February 2024. Guys, for suppose you are in March 2024, the agenda is to show the last 6 months data, not including the current month. In that case, I take offset period as February and look back 5. So what you said, you'll get 6 months data, not including the current month. But suppose you're dealing with some forecast dashboard. You're in March 2024, I want to see the next 6 months data starting from April, not including the current month. In this case, okay, I'll go offset direction as look ahead. Okay, I just make 0. So offset direction is look ahead. So your current period will become April 2024 and say look ahead 5. So it will show the next 6 months data, April to September 2024. Got it? So you are executing some kind of a dashboard, guys, where you want to see the previous quarter data at any given point of time. You are in current quarter, you want to see the previous quarter data. In this case, I say offset direction, I'll take it as quarter. Offset granularity, I take it as quarter. It will go to last quarter, and here this granularity also take quarter. Okay, so now, sorry, this is look back. Now you're seeing Q4 of 2023. So right now in Q1 2023, if I go look back one, so it will go one quarter back. Okay. So if you're executing any report in the current areas and you want to see the data for previous year, simple, use the direction, look back 1. Okay. So look back one year. So you can see this straight. So it will pull out the last previous year data, and here the granularity, I'll pick month. So now you see your month became March 2023. Okay, so guys, you want to cross compare. If you're executing in March 2024, you want to compare between March 2023 and March 2024, you can create a filter like this, which makes your period as March 2023, previous year. So we're now going into previous year. Clear? Makes sense, the offset? Any questions on offset, guys?
So Satya, here for other offset direction column is there, right? So offset, whatever you're going to set 1 here, so the system will consider that as the current one, and you will be referring to the back and then ahead into the top line, right?
Yes. So this is your current month as of now, because I'm going 1 year back. So it's March 2023 is your current month. If I say look ahead 5 months, it's March 2023 to August 2023. So based on this period.
So if we want to restrict for the current, so we need to it's nothing but the offset direction, the second column.
Yes, absolutely. It will restrict your current month. It will change your current period.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay. So again, so guys, as of now, my current date is system date. You can also make it as an user input date also, guys. Okay. So if user simple, there is an agenda. I'll give one example. So now user can set up his own month. Okay. So I'll put this way. So whenever user enters any month here, okay, user can choose some month here. So it will try to this report needs to show, or this input control needs to show the 6 months, not including the current user selected, the previous 6 months, not including the current one. So in that case, you see, so right now my current period is taken as from system period, and it is doing an offset on the system period. So now what I do, I'll go create an input control. Okay, so I just put it as input date, something like you can put a system date or current custom current date. I have the data for 2014, 2015, and 2016, guys. I just take like this, December 2016. Okay, so right now I go with an input date. User can change this date at any given point of time. This is the default value I given. This is the default value. User can change it. Okay, I given a manual default value, but maybe if I go edit this input date, I'll go custom current. I take system date as a default value, means by default it will show March 2024 as a default value, and user can change that value at any given point of time. So you can give two types of default values for this input control, guys. So it can be system date, or user can enter some value. So I entered this value as a default date. Okay, it's up to you. Most of the cases it will be system date only, because user can change it. It doesn't mean user cannot change it. User can change that value, but by default value is current date, means current system date. Getting my point, right? Okay, so that's a default value only. So say this. So I'm changing this default value to December 2016. So whenever user enters some month, it should show the last uh, 1 year data, excluding the current month. In that case, I go offset direction is look back, offset granularity is month, offset amount is 1. So your offset period. So user entered is December 2016, but current month became November 2016. So I say look back 5. So it will pull out the data from June to November 2016. Okay, makes sense. Right, I'm going for a dynamic input control. Say okay. So now it shows only 6 months data, guys. That's the reason it is 45 million now. So I just go linked analysis. I want this widget to impact only one widget, that is this. Apply. So my widget will, my input control will impact only this widget. Okay. And here I go to the tools, show the story, filter or prompts. Now this here you see the input date. So now user can come. So if I just go to the view mode, see here now, I'm into the view mode now. So end user mode, user can come and change this value at any given point of time. I make it as July 2015. So it will pull the data from Jan to June 2015, excluding. So here you see, it's taking data from January to 2015 to June 2015. So it shows, it impacts only this widget as of now. So user can change this at any given point of time. So based on the user input, it will filter it out. Clear, guys? Date-based filtering, how dynamic date filtering work in SAC. Any questions, anyone? Let me go to this input control, give some borders. Any questions?
So for month, quarter, for all this data should be available in the sheet, right, Sandhya?
It's available in my data model, right?
Yeah. Means while loading, it should be available.
It should be available, absolutely. So you have this data in my data model, so it should showing the data here. My data model has data for 2014, 15, and 16. Okay. See, now if I give 2020, this widget will go completely blank. Let me just show you. This chat, which is getting impacted by this input control, is going blank. Right. So let's save this up. So okay, so far we created 3 input controls, out of which I made product input control as a story, as a page level filter. It impacts all the widgets on the page. Remaining 2 are widget level filters, out of which location input control is impacting multiple widgets, like 3 widgets. Okay. Whereas date input control is impacting only 1 widget. So widget level input control can be either single widget or group of widgets. Then here you see product and data are expanded input controls. I expanded them. Whereas location is a collapsed input control. If you click on it, it will open a pop-up like this. This is collapsed, product is expanded. Right? And product and location are member-based input controls, whereas date is a range-based input control. Right. So this is all about my input control. So I created a few widgets, guys, and I worked on some input controls which acts as a page and widget level filters. Okay. So now let me create a new page. Let's create it. So as of now, I created only one page in the story. So you can create a story with multiple pages, guys. In general, in normal world also, you see a story with 3 to 4 pages on an average. Okay, 3 to 4 pages gets created in a story. So I create a new page now. So this first page is a responsive page. You all know, right? It comes with lanes. Second page, I'm going as a canvas. Second page, I create it as a canvas page. The
Satya,
canvas page is completely
one-
blank.
sorry, Satya, one question regarding date itself. So generally, while loading, we'll be having fiscal year and period. So if you want to convert to quarter, data is not available for quarter. So
So first you need to maintain the date hierarchy, man. So generally, if you have a date hierarchy maintained, okay, at the model level, so obviously it will be converted to quarter. You
so we have
understand,
to,
right? Like creating one. It has to maintain in your time dimension that I'll speak during the data modeling session, how data
oh,
hierarchy is maintained.
yeah, got it. Okay, thanks.
Maybe in BWC, right, there is a time info object, remember? Similarly,
Yes.
SAC will have a by default date dimension, time dimension in the data model. I'll speak
Okay.
about it during the data modeling.
Yeah.
So I created a new page, which is basically a canvas. Okay. Um, so let me insert some kind of a chat into this canvas page. See here, this is completely blank. You can arrange the widgets in whatever way you want. Okay. So canvas page, so responsive page comes with lanes and you need to adjust the widgets according to your lanes. But in canvas, it's up to you. Okay. So most of the pages we created are we generally create our canvas. See, responsive page and canvas page, it's up to the developer, whatever he is comfortable with. I'm more comfortable with canvas. I'm more used to canvas. I do it in canvas way. Okay. So guys, one thing in SAC is like no business user comes and tell you I need a responsive page, I need a canvas page, because they have no understanding about them. And no user come and say I need this widget, I need a bar chart, I need a pie chart. So what type of chat you choose, what type of chat we choose is always in a developer's uh, take. It is completely a developer take. All right. Just a moment, please. Please, just give me a moment, please. All right. Okay. So guys, now I created a canvas page. I'll rename this page as, I just write it as something like margin analysis. Okay. So here also I just go with bar column chart with vertical orientation. So I add a measure as cross margin, add my measure as cross margin, and add multiple dimensions, guys. Here I've add both location and product. Add couple of dimensions here, location and product. Maybe in the product, I really don't want to see others because I have 4 product categories, right? Okay, I don't want to see others. In this case, I go to the filter, I go to product. Select others and exclude it from the selection. Create it as a static filter. No user can change it. Modify the selection. Okay, so you see like this. So generally, I have like three. So generally, if you got multiple dimensions in a widget, guys, okay, and for better reporting visualizations or something, we always keep one in the color. Here you see in the color also you can add a dimension or a measure. So what I do is I'll remove the product from this dimension, or you can simply move also. You can move like this, or you can simply remove here and add it here. Both are fine. So I move my product dimension from normal dimension to a color dimension. Okay, and this standard color palette, I select this. So now you see here, so now product is in color dimension. So products are colored in different manner. Okay, so I just go to this widget. In the show or hide, I go for a show legend. Show the legend, you understand this now. So blue is alcohol, orange carbonated drinks, and juices are coming in green. Okay, so what I did was, if you have multiple dimensions in a widget, always put one in a color dimension for better visualizations always. This is like one thumb rule in the reporting. Okay, to make use of a color dimension. So now different color, so different products will be shown on different colors. So here it is using the first three colors because I have three product categories. If you have five product categories, it will use the first five colors like that. Okay. So now even this one, so you can go on the location. So you can go to level 2. So now you see the data at city level. Okay. The location earlier I'm seeing the data at state. So I went to I drill down on the hierarchy here to show the values at city level. How you see. So you have a scroll bar option, guys. Reporting, ACC reporting. If it cannot fits all the values, it gives you like a scroll bar. Location, I can switch back to level 1. Okay, at the state level. And even on the product also, I can switch to level 2. You got a lot of products, and different products are given different colors. Here you see California, you see all the products, right? It's just a bit confusing. So what I do, I go product at level 1 and location at level 2. This is much better. Okay, so I created a widget where I added a color dimension on product. Save this story. So guys, I say this point right again and again. So generally, in the first 6 sessions, I'll simply go through the reporting options. I really don't worry about my use case or a business case. I really didn't speak anything business here for the first 5 to 6 sessions because I want you to understand all the reporting options. A lot of people think reporting is very easy. Yeah, I also agree to the fact that story building is pretty easy, all about options, but you should know the option first. You should how to apply that option. So I'll be doing all the options first because if I start with a business case, I cannot use all the options. In one case, I'll in one report or one story build, you don't use all the options. So for the first 5 to 6 sessions, I'll just simply run through the options of all the reporting, and then I'll start coming with requirements, right? So there I'll be building stories again, but that time, um, so this now you understand what are the options available and how to use them. Then in that case, you will understand in a business case to solve a problem, this option is used. Okay, you will understand the problem solving part of option. Okay, when I go with the use, because there you know the business knowledge. I mean, at least you know the data, you know what has to be done, you know what has to be achieved. So you will be achieving with these same options, right? So you understand them in much better way once I repeat with the case. So that so you'll get to know all the options first, and then you will make use of them in the particular use case, right? Uh, so yes, so far I created this laid bars, input control, state input control, dynamic color dimension applied. You can add multiple models to a story. So one can be built on top of we can add multiple data models onto the story. So here I have got 2 sample models. One is best run juice sample model, another one is planned events model. See here. So let me open SAP Analytics Cloud in a new tab. Guys, to open SAC in a new tab, just take this URL till HTML hash, paste it. Go on to the files, samples folder. Let's search for a model called planned event sample model. Here you see there's another sample model given by SAP, that is planned events. So two sample models I'm using this. Both are SAP given. Okay, so here you see date, event, city, state, and planned events. Let me check the data once. Oh my God. So this data model has got, I don't have any data in this model. That's okay. I'll write some data, guys. I have some data to load. Okay, but as of now, this data model has got no data. So what I do is still I'll add, that's okay. So we can run once here. How do you add another model? You can switch to the data part. I switch to the data part of my story. Okay. Right now, this entire story, all the widgets are built on best run choose sample model. Here you have an option of add new data. Okay. Or you have an option, both are add new data. If I pick the option add new data, you can add some data from another data. I'll choose another data model, an existing model only, select other model from the samples. Pick don't in this model as of now. Okay, that's okay. I'll write the data. So now you see this story can be built on two models, like best run juice sample model and planned events model. Like that, you can add n number of models to it. One story can be built on multiple data models. So that whenever you create a widget, guys, you need to select on what model you want to create it. Okay, so now you get an option. Okay, now I added another data model to the story. Added another data model. So here I go to the story mode again. Okay, I insert another widget. I go insert another chat. You see, by default, this chat is getting created on plan. Best, select best run. So in this way, when you create a widget, you get all the options of data modeling. So by default is planned because here in the data mode, I selected my default model as planned events model. So by default is create. See here, this is selected as a default model. I'll select best run as a default model now. So now this is the best run as a default model. So you create any widget now, it will by default start getting created on best run, and you can change the data model at any given point of time. Okay, you can actually go and change the data model of the widget at any given point of time. In this way, for suppose guys, we added 4 data models to a story. In one page, you can create 4 widgets. Okay, in one page, guys, we can create 4 different widgets, show 4 different visualizations, data coming from different models, 4 different widgets. Okay, means you can actually select on what data model you want to pick the widget. Okay, here you have now in the data, change your primary model. Okay, so but as of now, the only point is I don't have data in planned events model. I'll try writing it. I'll show the I'll create some widgets on planned model also. I'll reserve this space here. So this space I'm not touching it up because I'll add few more. I'll add some widgets from the planned events model in this space. Okay, and you have a question. So if you want to do so right now, if you have multiple models, can create different widgets on different models, guys. Fine. So now I have planned events model where marketing campaign has run, and I got a best run sales model where sales got generated based on the marketing campaign. I really want to do a cross comparison. In a single widget, I want to see how much campaign happened in different states and what's the revenue generated in different states. But my market campaign data is in one data model, but whereas my generated another data model. So in one widget, for suppose in one visualization, you want to do a cross, how do you make it? We can do for that to happen, first we need to link the models, guys. First, we need to link the models. Once the models are linked, then in one single widget itself, you can take data from both the models and do a cross comparison. Okay, how do you link the models? So once I have the data, I would have shown you much better. So I go to the data mode. Okay, here you see an option added model. Here there is an option called link dimensions. Here you see an option called link dimensions. Using the link dimensions, here you see on the left hand side you see best run model, and on the right hand side you see planned events model. You select. Okay, I can link my category to category, and I can link my date to date. Not mapping up because I think there is no data in the date dimension, so it's not matching. I can also link, guys, location with state. Okay, I can also link location with state. Okay, here location dimension contains California, Nevada, and Oregon. Here the state dimension also contains the same data. Once I link these two, so what happens? Let's say set. Done. Save the story. So now what happens is once these two dimensions are linked in one single widget, I go onto the story mode. I'm going to show it up automatically. One single, you see there is an option called add linked model. This model is linked, means one widget can be built by taking data from both the models. Okay, I can go for something like combination column and line chart, where in the column axis from the best and juice model, I'll pick something like cross margin. From the line in the line axis, I go to planned events model and take number of events. But in the dimension, guys, you should use only the dimension which you used for linking purpose. Pick only the dimension which you used for to link the models. If you pick product, I don't have any data in the planned events model for the product dimension, right? So I'll pick location dimension. Here you see that you see a link symbol. It's ideal to pick the link symbol dimension only. So then only you see a cross comparison data. As of now, you see only gross margin. You're not seeing the number of events happen because I don't have data in this model for number of events. So once I load the data, it will show the line graph also for the number of events. Okay, clear? Any questions, anyone? Guys, just a moment, please, just a moment. Okay, so guys, I'll create few widgets on the planned events model here, and also I'll link these two and show how the linked analysis means, like once you link particular dimension, how do you can do a cross analysis by taking data from multiple data models. So guys, what happens is, so generally for suppose you have like multiple models created either via live or import. So one data is coming from one system, another data is coming from another system, but still they have something in common, at least one dimension in common to link. Okay, then at the story level, you can actually link these two models and do all your cross analysis at the story level by linking the models at the story level. Linking is nothing but joining, guys. It's like one way of joining only. All right, here you see the link also. If I go, if you see the link type, you have three types of links. One is all primary data. That means it's a left outer join where best run juice model is a left model. You can change your left model. Okay. All data means full outer join. Okay, intersecting data only means inner join. It will pull out only inner join. Let's say intersecting data. You see, don't no data because planned events model has no data, right? So there is nothing to intersect. If I say left outer join on all primary data, if I say all primary data, it's a left outer join. So at least it's showing the left data model here. Yeah, you can also choose your link type, join type also. You can specify your join type in different widgets. In one widget, you can choose your join type as left outer join. In another widget, you choose the join type as inner join. So that is the beauty of joining the data models at the reporting layer, at the story layer. Okay. I'll clearly load the data and I'll create few more widgets on this. I actually loaded it. I don't know why it got deleted. I just need to cross check that once. Okay. So this space I'm reserving to create some widgets on the planned events model and also do cross comparison between planned events and the best run models. Okay. So guys, so far I covered these things like color dimension, adding multiple models, link dimensions, line chat. Okay. So now let me create a stacked column chat. Okay. I go now, insert a new chat here. Why it's taking more time. Where I clicked on searched insight. Okay, I created now. So this time, so far I created all bar column chats. This time I go for a stacked bar or column chat, stacked chat. I go vertical orientation, it will become a stacked column chat. To measure, I'll pick as cross margin. Dimension, I'll pick as my date dimension. I'll pick my date dimension here. In the date dimension, guys, you can set your date hierarchy. Here you have an option, date hierarchy, set your hierarchy. So default hierarchy is year, half year, and month. Set my date hierarchy to year, quarter, and month. This is the hierarchy I set for this widget. It means in one widget, you can set your hierarchy as year and month, in another widget, year, quarter, month, in another widget, year, half year, month, like that. You can set different date hierarchies in different widgets. Okay, if I go level 2, you see the data at year level. I'll go at level 3, at quarter level. I see the data at now quarter level. Okay, guys, to see the beauty of a stacked column chart, always add a color dimension. You should have a color dimension to see the stacked column chart. I'll add color dimension on product. Okay, so added a color dimension on product. You see, here you see your overall in 2015 Q4 overall gross margin is 25.5 million, out of which 15.32 million has been generated from juices, 8.74 from carbonated drinks, and 1.22 million from alcohol. It gives a complete picture. You don't want to see others, click on others and exclude it. Here there is an option exclude. You see, a filter has been applied on product dimension, that is others is excluded. Styling, add all the borders. Right, so I created a stacked column chart which is showing data on date and product I add as part of a color dimension so that you see. So this is the beauty of a stacked column chart, guys. You should always have a color dimension to understand the beauty of a stacked column chart. Right, what's our overall value at quarter level and independent product contributions to that overall value. You see the overall number and also the independent product or location contribution to that overall number. All right, So I created this a stacked column chat. So let me create one more. I'll insert a new chat here. Okay, here I'll go for a trend analysis as of now. Trend chart, that is line chart. So far, I majorly used comparison charts only, bar column, stacked bar columns, right? And indicator charts like bullet indicator, numeric pointer. So now I'm going for trend analysis. Like if you want to do any kind of data analysis, make use of trend charts like time series and line charts. So as of now, I'm going for line. On the left y-axis, you can have multiple measures, guys, like gross margin. See, if you got two measures, like one is in millions, another is in thousands, you can put one in one y-axis, another in other y-axis. If one value is in millions, another is in hundreds or thousands, then you can have multiple axes to compare. If both values are in millions, don't put one in left y-axis and don't put another in right y-axis, guys. Then what happens is they both will be shown as equal numbers. One is 20 million, another is 10 million, but axes change and both will be shown as same. Okay. So always make sure if your data range of two measures is same, data is in similar range. Okay, so go for one axis. If you have multiple measures, one is in millions, another is in hundreds or thousands, then you can put two measures in different axes. As of now, I'm going with one measure, so I'm fine with one axis. And the dimension I'll pick is date dimension here. I'll initially set my date hierarchy to year, quarter, and month, and set my hierarchy level to 3. That is my quarter level. You see now the data at quarter level. Okay, so I go styling. Let's add all borders. 2 pixel. Guys, just a moment, please. Just a minute. Okay, so guys, in the line charts, you have an option of recommended comparison. You see, there is a machine learning recommended comparison. To compare with previous period, previous year, etc. Okay, here you see. I go now. Here there is an option called compare to. You see the same options here. Go to more actions of this widget. Compare to previous period, previous year, previous quarter. Simple. Guys, previous period means here previous period, previous quarter both are same because data is at quarter level, both are same here. So what I say, if I say compare to previous quarter means it will compare, for suppose I got 2015 Q4 will be compared with 2015 Q3, previous quarter. Q3 will be compared with Q2, Q1 will be compared with last year Q4, like that. So it will just compare with the last quarter. If you say the option compare to previous year, means it will be compared with the similar quarter of last year. Means Q3 of 2024. Right now we are in, if I take the financial year, guys, we are in Q4 of 2024, right? We are right now in Q4. So if I say compared to previous year, it will be compared with Q4 of 2023. If I speak from United States right now in Q1 of 2024, their financial year, calendar year, both are same for them. Right now they are in Q1 of 2024. So compared to previous year means it will compare with Q1 of 2023. Okay. Same quarter of last year. That's the difference between previous quarter and previous year. Guys, generally, whenever you want to see some growth rates, you want to see the growth of your organization, we always compare to the previous year, guys. Same quarter of previous year. Why I tell you, see, most of the organizations are seasonal. They don't post uniform sales or they don't post uniform numbers across all the quarters. Okay. I take an agrochemical company, guys. They post good numbers in monsoon, right? So it's not ideal to compare summer with monsoon for an agrochemical company. You take a company which manufactures beverages, okay, cold beverages or something. So like Coca-Cola, PepsiCo. So they post good numbers in the summers. Okay, you cannot compare their winter number with summer numbers, right? So it's always ideal to compare the same quarter of last year because same season of last year with, so that you will see the ideal growth rate. Even for IT companies, guys, generally Q1 means Jan to March quarter is considered to be the slowest quarter because there are a lot of holidays. You know, IT companies make money, right, from outsourcing consulting, right? More number of hours they work, more they will be paid. As such, so in general, a Jan to March quarter is considered as a weak quarter for IT companies because of less number of working days. So you cannot compare Jan to March quarter with April to June quarter. So like that, except few companies like telecom and few FMCG companies, you cannot really compare one quarter with the previous quarter. Okay, because if you take an airline industry, they post good numbers in holiday season. So it's always ideal to compare the same quarter of previous year to identify the growth rate of an organization. We call it as year-on-year comparison. So here also I'll do. So SAP Analytics Cloud has a beauty so that it has an inbuilt formula to calculate this variance. So I say now compared to previous year. So now you see there is no comparison for 2014 because I don't have data for 2013. So now you see it compared 2015 Q1 with 2014 Q1. You see the pop-up you see. Okay, that is 14.25 minus 19.41. It's minus 1.5. So there is a degrowth of minus 5.15 million. Same, you see all the comparisons. And you want to see this in terms of percentage terms. I can click on the variance. You see, I click on the variance, edit the variance. Okay. So right now this is shown in the numeric pointer terms. You want to see in percentage terms also. Increase or growth or degrowth in percentage terms. You can see them both in both absolute value and numeric pointer. Sorry, percentage terms. You want to see only percentage term, remove the absolute value. Now you see everything in percentage terms. The growth and degrowth in percentage. Same thing. So right now it is shown as a simple number as a data label case. You can show the variance as a bar. Here you see there is an option called show the variance as a bar. I say, let's say show the variance as a bar. Edit the variance. Now it will be shown as a bar. Okay, now you clearly see. So there is a degrowth of 26.55% when you compare 2015 Q1 with 2014 Q1. We have a highest growth in 2016 Q1. Okay, when compared to 2015 Q1, 77% growth. So you can make, so this is like, we can have a variance where you can compare with previous year. So I can say, I just take it as gross margin. I'll write it as Y on Y, year comparison. All right. So guys, we created all these widgets. So maybe I stop here. I created line charts, variance, stacked column, date hierarchy, everything I created, mentioned. I'll write the data into the planned events model. So in session 6, I'll work on waterfall charts. ls tooltips, dynamic text, tree map chat, data plot chat. I'll use different type of visualizations. Then smart grouping, table, data visualizations through tables, and rank parameters. Okay, I'll be creating a couple of pages in the next session, and I'll be working on all this page. Okay, so guys, I created a story so far with 2 pages. Let me save this up, and I'll add few more in the next session. All right, stop here. Thank you all. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.